If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Cheers back again and welcome to episode number 10 of the Barcelona career mode here on FIFA 15. I've got two things to mention to you at the beginning of today's episode. The first thing obviously is if you go on to enjoy the video, then make sure that you hit the like button, smash that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The second, and arguably the more important thing, is that at 5 PM this afternoon you'll be seeing something new in your sub boxes from myself, Channy Sports and MGH, so we're starting another new series together. Make sure that you're about at 5 PM for the introduction video of that new series, I say both, there's three of us on my channel, Channy's channel and MGH's channel later on this afternoon. You guys really enjoyed the first series that we did, so fingers crossed you'll enjoy this second one as well. But we're going to jump into this game away from home here against Rayo Vallecano. They're actually the third side in Madrid, Vallecano, although it's not really widely advertised that they're actually in Madrid as well. Kind of Real and Atleti get 97% of all of the coverage in Madrid, but obviously Vallecano are the third side. We're playing away from home here as well, so we are in the capital, but they're getting a little bit rushed at the back already, and it seemed as if it was going to be a very one-sided game after the opening few moments. Having a little bit of a go forward here, trying to keep some possession, but Neymar nips in, going to race away down this left-hand side. Obviously, the ball is coming across to Alexander Lacazette, but he still has to finish it, and he does so very tidily indeed. Barcelona 1, Vallecano 0. Now, playing a 4-3-3 formation in this game. We have previously been using a 4-2-3-1 for a couple of games, and it's been working okay, although we did get a draw against Anderlecht, so I was hoping to perhaps try and improve with this 4-3-3 formation in this game here. We're using Iniesta at cam, and actually, Andres Iniesta has really impressed me the past few games. I wasn't sure about him at the beginning of the series and when we were playing in the pre-season games, etc. But the past couple of games, he has really stepped up his performances and come to life in that cam slot. And I'm actually really enjoying playing this 4-3-3 with the two centre mids and the cam. We're clearly on top here. 1-0 up already. Could be 4 or 5 by this half-hour point. With 5 minutes before half-time now, Dani Alves picking the ball up at the back. We're going to work it forward again. Lionel Messi on the right-hand side. Iniesta heavily involved again for the umpteenth time so far in this game. Brilliant dribbling feat from him. Plays a nice little 1-2 here. There's a man free on the far side. It's Neymar. Really strong finish as well. Wasn't expecting that much power on the end of that shot as he slid in there, but the power was enough to beat the defender and the goalkeeper, and we were able to grab ourselves a 2-0 lead just before half-time. Just to put the seal on the game so far, we're actually going to try and break on them again here. You're not going to catch Lionel Messi when he's racing away. Again, wonderful dribbling feat from him. Tries the whip finesse shot, doesn't quite come off, but Neymar's on hand to pick up his second of the game and our third, and that really does put the game beyond any reasonable doubt as we head into the second half. Vallecano fought valiantly for the majority of the game, but their shooting never really got much better than this. That was kind of the best that they had to that point on the hour mark, and they really weren't much of a threat, unfortunately, for them, so it was a convincing victory for us. 3-0 the scoreline at present, although Alexander Lacazette is through at the minute, down to Neymar on the left. Lovely little fake Rabona, works it back to Rakitic here, tries a finesse shot, not far away, close to 4-0. I was going to make a substitution there as well. Made the substitution, took a free kick here with Lionel Messi 36 yards out, scored a couple of crackers in the European Super Cup and came very, very close to scoring another wonderful free kick there, but we stay at 3-0 10 minutes from time. Unfortunately for Leo, it's not able to increase I think he's on average scoring more than a goal a game at present. Alexander Lacazette though, again, this side have such amazing dribbling throughout the squad. We get really unfortunate there with the deflection that Neymar isn't able to pick up his hat-trick there as well, but we do finish with the 3-0 scoreline, completely justified and could have been 7 or 8, as is normally the case for Barcelona in the games against minnows like Rayo Vallecano in real life. But we will settle for 3-0. We definitely will. Considering in Spain, obviously, goal difference doesn't come into account in the league. It's the head-to-head games that come into account. We just need to make sure we can beat the teams around us in La Liga and we'll be okay towards the end of the season. We're currently joint top of the Champions League group after 2 games. We've beaten Olympiacos, we drew with Anderlecht. Anderlecht beat Borussia Dortmund and drew with us, and obviously Dortmund are on 3 points after beating Olympiacos in their second game after losing to Anderlecht in the first. We're going with a 4-2-3-1 again here though for a more solid defensive outlook against a side that really are going to be a lot more adventurous when it comes to the attacking side of things. And obviously, who's in their starting lineup? It's Pedro on the left-hand side. We obviously used Pedro plus some cash to bring in Marco Reus to Barcelona, and Pedro's going to start against us here. But Messi with a free kick in similar position to the one in the previous game, but a really strong hand by their goalkeeper keeps it out. Very, very good save. Impressive stuff down low at his near left-hand post. And we stay with the scoreline at 0-0. And like we say, Borussia Dortmund are going to be much more adventurous than Vallecano were, a much stiffer and tougher test, in 2 words, rather than trying to get them both into one. And I wasn't too sure whether the 4-3-3 that we were playing with 2 CMs and a cam was going to be solid enough defensively to make sure that we could keep Dortmund out in this one. So I went to 4-2-3-1. Royce goes on a really nice run here, and then I can't really explain that goal. The ball in from Royce after an amazing run wasn't necessarily the best at all, but I just don't know. The defender's taken a first touch, and then the keeper's slid in it with his knees and just pushed it over the line. I mean, I'll take it. That's Barcelona 1, Borussia Dortmund 0. Not the way that you would expect a goal to go in a Champions League game between these two sides, but still, we are 1-0 up, so I cannot complain. Piszczek, though, into Pedro, plays the 1-2, and then back to Pedro again for the 3. Pedro hits the inside of the post with a really nice shot, actually, but we're lucky enough that the ball bounces straight back to a defender, so we're able to clear it away. They get a corner. The keeper comes and doesn't commit, though. It's going to drop on the edge of the box to Gundogan, hummels around the corner to Pedro, stands it up to Bender, and again, a really strange goal. We get the block in on the shot, but it falls straight to Aubameyang. The goalkeeper's committed to a dive, and unfortunately, with a weird goal at one end and then a really lucky goal at the other, it's, well, 2 lucky goals, really. We were very, very fortunate in the manner in which our goal went in. So it's 1-1. Messi, though, trying to get us back in front, but a wonderful save down low by, I think it's Salvatore Sirigu they've actually got between the sticks in this one. They've signed him from PSG here. Royce into Messi, obviously heavily involved in everything that goes forward. Lionel Messi, Pjanic into Mascherano. Nice turn by Arda Turan there to take it in his stride as well. Neymar with a little bit of skill to turn back inside. Mascherano into Turan. This is such a nice move. It just needs to be ended off with a goal. Marco Reus with a wonderful turn hits the outside of the post. I couldn't believe that we hadn't scored that move. It was a brilliant, brilliant Barcelona-esque move, followed by wonderful dribbling skill by Marco Reus against his former teammates, but wasn't able to finish it off, hitting the outside of the post. So into the second half we go. Immediately at the start of the second half as well, Aubameyang is going to draw a good save out to Stegen, and then another brilliant save from Ter Stegen keeps him out again with the header from the arriving midfielder. So we stay at 1-1, but you can see this was a very action-packed game at both ends, a lot different to the game against Vallecano, and that almost is working against me in this, because with some of the smaller size, lovely turn by Neymar there, by the way. Then a fake Rabona to send the second defender, drop it back to Gaia, whips in the cross, and Lionel Messi scores a header. Yep, you read it right, or heard it right. Lionel Messi scores a header. Mats Hummels just misjudged the flight, unfortunately, at the back post, and he wasn't quite able to get underneath it. It drifted over the top of his head, and Messi was just ready and waiting to pop it into the back of the net to make it 2-1 and almost 3-1 there. Arda Turan's shot was decent in technique, just couldn't quite get it to dip enough into that far top corner, and then actually I brought off Arda Turan and put Alex Vidal on the right, and then brought Marco Reus inside to play at cam, which is where a few of you guys have actually recommended that I play him more often than not. But obviously with Luis Suarez coming back next month in game and wanting to play Lionel Messi in a decent position, although to be fair, a lot of you are saying that Messi should play at right wing, so I may still leave Messi out on the right and play Marco Reus at cam with Neymar on the left. Although, well, I thought I was getting more out of Neymar from the right-hand side, but he's played on the left in the past couple of games, scored 2 in the previous one, and has been heavily involved in this one. And then another fortunate goal. You see the defender there, the number 23, as he came out to try and close the ball down, he does this weird animation where he tries to brush past the defender, or the attacker that's in front of him, which means that I can't then control him and go and get a tackle with him because he's in the middle of that animation. And then, unfortunately, Mkhitaryan is clean through to just slot it into the back of the net. Messi goes on a really nice run here, though, trying to get us a winner in the last minute, but the shot was pretty tame. Comfortable save down low by the goalkeeper, and we do get a 2-2 draw against Borussia Dortmund then in the Champions League. So, depending on what the Anderlecht and Olympiacos game was, I'm not sure where we are in the group. First, it will be first or second, though. If we both drew, then ourselves and Anderlecht, that is, then we'll stay top, and obviously we're still a point clear of Dortmund, so we'll definitely stay second if Anderlecht win, and they will go 2 points above us. But for now, we are a single point behind Getafe at the top of the table, although we do have a game in hand. Real Madrid are a further point behind, and they have 2 games in hand, and we do actually have them coming up I believe in the very next fixture. I might be wrong, but I believe the very next fixture is Real Madrid. So a huge game coming up for the the next episode, sorry, on Wednesday. And obviously with the new Squad Challenge video or series with MGH and Chani, that will follow the same pattern as it did previously, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Of course, this series is coming every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 1 p.m. But that will be explained more in detail in the introduction video this afternoon. So make sure you check that out in your sub boxes a little bit later on. But for now, that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.